But tonight we're also hearing from one of the survivors buried in the deep snow for nearly an hour. Bill Fuzak managed to clear a small air hole the first time he was buried, only to have it covered by another slide. As families mourn the loss of 2 skiers and rescuers search for a third still missing, a local family who lost their son in an avalanche last spring is sharing their support. They spoke exclusively to Kyle Simchuk and say this tragedy brings back similar emotions.
Well, John and Joyce Roskelley lost their son Jess a few months ago. He was a world-class alpine climber, scaling some of the most difficult peaks on Earth. His parents were well aware of the risks. They say their heart breaks for the families who likely weren't worried about avalanches at a ski resort.
There were cracks everywhere. Everything was moving.
That's when experienced skier Bill Fuzak realized the snow was in control, and there wasn't much he could do.
The pile of snow grabbed my ski and pulled me under. I couldn't move anything from my chest down. But my right arm was free, so I started punching up.
He cleared a small air hole so he wouldn't suffocate, and seconds later, a second avalanche hit, burying him even deeper.
And I thought, well, maybe this is it. And then I just felt the sadness that I wasn't, my family wasn't going to see me.
Fuzak, trapped for nearly an hour, eventually lost consciousness.
And the next thing I knew, there were people yelling my name and people taking snow away from my face and started to dig me out.
Fuzak was rescued. 2 other skiers were recovered, killed in the avalanche near Wardner Peak.
To be killed at a ski resort from an avalanche is unusual. If you're skiing at a resort, you have a presumption of safety.
News of Tuesday's tragedy at Silver Mountain hit close to home for John and Joyce Roskelley. Their son and professional alpine climber Jess Roskelley was in a group killed by an avalanche last spring in the Canadian Rockies.
I just can't say enough about how sorry I am for these families. There's no way that you're ever prepared. It's just so painful.
Joyce says those skiers and their families probably weren't thinking about avalanches at a ski resort.
It's definitely a process, and these families will have to go through that process too.
And Silver Mountain Resort says normal avalanche control work was completed in the area where the avalanche happened that morning. The Idaho Panhandle Avalanche Center will be conducting an investigation into the cause of the avalanche. The Wardner Peak area will be closed until further notice. In studio, Kyle Simchuk, 4 News Nightside.